Hello friends. It's really lovely to be connecting with you here, and it's really lovely to be connecting and feel like our community is still alive even while we're in isolation, that we have somewhere to start sharing our practice together again. My plan for these sharings are going to be nice short meditations that are very easy to implement into a day with children around or with distractions around. That in itself is always a part of the practice, but I want to give things that are really effective and also really accessible. So if you've never practiced meditation before, all of the practices that I will give will be very simple, and if there's any technicality then I'll explain it as best I can. But the first practice that I want to do with you today is a very simple practice. It's left nostril breathing. Which is a Pranayama practice that prepares you for meditation. The practice that we're going to do today is the effects and the benefits of this practice is that it balances the left and the right hemisphere of the brain. That creates clarity in the mind. It also works really deeply into the nervous system, which is where a lot of our emotional impulses come from. So this specific practice, I find that if I am stressed, if I'm not thinking clearly, or if I'm very overwhelmed with emotion, this is always a very effective practice to help me cut through with some clarity. And for most of my students, as you know, I'm always talking about gaining and practicing and cultivating this inner clarity so that we can be discerning about what is real and what is an illusion of the mind, which ultimately is what any yogic practice is about. So that real mastery of the mind. And at the moment, collectively and individually, we have this really fertile opportunity to go inward and to get creative and to become curious about what it is that we're experiencing and why it is that we're experiencing it, and to be with the discomfort, but also to be with the potential blessings that this is surfacing as well, the things that we do have. So the practice that we're doing today will balance the left and right hemisphere of the brain, will work to balance the left and right hemisphere of the brain for clarity. Because it's working deeply into the nervous system, it's working into the emotional layers of the body. And one thing that it really helps with is compulsive habits that usually stem from fear. They usually spiral from feeling like we're overwhelmed or we're out of control. Things like compulsive eating or compulsive patterns or stories or behaviors that you go into when you're in a state of fear. So this practice really helps you to cut through and find some clarity and to start softening those patterns so that you can create some calm within yourself. This practice can be done at any time of the day. It can be done during a cycle. It can be done for pregnant women as well. And it can be done on a full belly. I do tend to practice this as soon as I wake up, particularly at the moment, because my nervous system is really feeling the effects of what is going on globally. So if you have that capacity, that would be great, but any time is good. So 11 minutes is the minimum, and then if you can do up to 31 minutes, even better. Perhaps you might do 11 minutes and then you might sit for a couple of minutes of meditation, but do what's in your capacity. So the way that we practice is we find a comfortable seat, and then we take our right finger, so our index finger, and we're going to take it to the right nostril and block the right nostril. Then with your left hand, you're going to find Gyan Mudra. So you're connecting index finger and the thumb right on the tip if you can. And that palm will be face up and just sitting on the back of your left knee. So your left hand is in Gyan Mudra on the left knee, palm face up. And your right finger is blocking your right nostril. And then closing down the eyes. And just start to slowly breathe in and out of your left nostril. Deep breath coming in. And complete breath going out. And we'll just do that a couple of times, just a couple of smooth breaths coming in and even breaths moving out. Really feeling the earth beneath you, allowing your tailbone to ground down. And with that right nostril still blocked and the breath moving evenly in and out of the left nostril, which is moving up and into the right side of the brain. So the left side of the body governs the right side of the brain. Each time you inhale, when you get to the top of the inhale, if you can, and you're not pregnant, a slight pause at the top. And then as you exhale, exhale all the way to the base with a slight pause at the bottom. And then just continue that pattern, finding that even continuous flow of breath moving in through the left, a slight pause at the top, and then a complete breath out, navel to spine, with a slight pause at the bottom. So as you continue to breathe here, one thing to check out is that each time you inhale, your belly is expanding, so your belly is getting full, it's moving away from the spine. And then each time you exhale, your navel is contracting towards the spine. So inhale, belly is full, exhale, belly contracts. And the reason we specifically point that out is because when we're stressed, we often inhale and draw the belly to the spine, and the breath comes up and into the chest, which activates our sympathetic nervous system, which creates a bit more anxiety, more of a heightened state in the body. It's activating these more subtle chakras from the heart upwards. But when we come down into that deep belly breath, we're anchoring into these earthing, grounding, watering energies, and we're starting to work with the more dense elements in the body, the more dense energy systems, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, and Manipura. So just keeping your shoulders relaxed, your chest lifted, so you've got room for the rib cage to expand with the breath and contract with the breath. And as you breathe, see if you can start to extend the length of your inhale and the pause at the top. Not to the point that you're creating any tension in the body, just extend that a little bit more each time. Wherever your capacity is, just let that gently cut off, and then let the exhale move out of the body, navel to spine, and slight pause at the bottom. Your two main focuses here is to keep your spine long and your body soft. Spine long and the body soft. The face completely relaxed, so no expression in the face at all. And secondly, making sure that when you inhale, your belly is expanding away from the spine. And when you're exhaling, the belly is contracting inward. So you're getting these deep, full belly breaths. Good, just continuing on in silence for a couple more minutes. just do one more full minute. Continuing to hold that length through your spine, so you're maintaining that integrity through the back of the body. And that's giving the space for the front of the body, the chest, the heart, the belly, everything to completely soften so that it can move naturally with the flow of your breath, the rhythm of your breath. Let's just do 2 more full rounds of breath. An inhale and an exhale for each. From there, let's take a deep inhale in together. Release the right hand down, palm face up. Breathing in through both nostrils evenly. And then exhale completely through both. Inhaling deeply through both nostrils, all the way up and into your third eye. Length through your spine. Keep the heart space lifted as you exhale, navel to spine. One more deep breath in. Crown of the head lifted, heart space lifted. Exhale, belly to spine. And you can either continue sitting here in meditation. To close, just bring the hands together at the heart center, turn the head down towards the heart's wisdom. Take a moment just to check in with your energy, the quality of your mind, the sensation of your body. I acknowledge you for continuing to practice through this time, finding ways to calm and soothe your nervous system in moments of crisis. Really creates a lot of resiliency in our nervous system. And as I said right at the beginning, it cultivates this ability to become discerning about what is real and what is an illusion of the mind. I look forward to practicing with you again. Namaste.